Well, look at here, guys. It was only a matter of time, but it finally happened. The whole team in the train. On the train. Either way. Welcome back to some more Trails of Cold Steel, guys. We're in the beginning of Chapter 3 and about to kickstart it off. And you know what? I love how we're seeing the whole group together now. It just shows that, just like the storyline, they're finally connecting and becoming a team. But we're going to continue on from where we last left off, if anything, guys. So if anything else, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the love and support. Let's continue forward. Alright everyone, welcome back again. I just happened to find this cat here and we all know what I'm gonna do. Bought some fresh milk and let's give him some more. Alright, we got her in a good mood. She seems so happy. Maybe I'll bring her some more another time. Alright, so we got a few things we can do now. Apparently, we got the three, requests we can do, and also I'm trying to figure out who I can bond with either later or... Oh, there's the engineer building. I'm assuming that's the quest event. Yep. So I'll hold on a second. Alright, so you know what? We're gonna... Since I'm not seeing anyone that I can bond with at the moment, I'm assuming it has to take place a little later. So what we're gonna do first is the... I call it the... The Secret Admirer. Because we're gonna save the important ones for last, if anything. So, I have to meet up with Vincent. And he so happens to be over here. Wait, what is this place again? This is the auditorium. No, he's near the auditorium. Oh, yep, it's right here. What's he doing hiding here, though? Excuse me, is your name Vincent by any chance? Indeed, it is. Standing before you is a nobleman overflowing with love and pathos. The one, the only, Vincent Florald. I presume that you're Cupid. I was gonna say stupid. I presume that you're a Cupid that I asked the student council to send me. He's quite the character. He really seems to like himself, but that's what I've grown to expect from Class 1. I'm no Cupid, but I am here on behalf of the student council, yes. Ha! Then you may still well serve my purposes. Allow me to congratulate you on making your way here. So, based on your request and my new nickname, I assume you want me to find someone for you. Yes, something along those lines. Do you have some time to spare? If so, I shall begin explaining the particulars of my request. Alright, let's hear it, sir. Please elaborate on your request. Fine answer indeed. Although, before we continue... Whew. Serifa is currently nowhere to be seen. Now that I think about it, this is kind of an unusual meeting place. Are you hoping to keep this request quiet? Not exactly. I was merely hoping to avoid things getting meddled in. My father sent Serifa to the academy to keep an eye on me. As you can imagine, her watchfulness can occasionally be rather constraining. Huh. Well, that is apart from the meat of the matter. To be blunt, I have received not one, not two, but 3 passionate love letters of late, and all of them from a single writer. Curiously, however, the writer in question signs with naught but a nom de plume. What I would request of you, my fine fellow, is to find out just which lovely lady is responsible for these. That's reasonable, but are you sure it's appropriate for me to try to find her? These are anonymous after all. Do take a moment to think it over. The fact that she chose to use a pen name rather than remaining completely anonymous is proof of pining, hopeful heart. In fact, I'm absolutely certain that she wishes for me to find her. I suppose I'll have to trust your judgment on this one. What's more, she sent cookies along with her 3rd letter. I would hardly be worthy of the floral name if I did not properly thank her, would I? Oh, God, I think I know who it is. Yeah, I don't think I could stop you at this point if I tried. Do you have any additional information that would help me pinpoint exactly who we're looking for? I do indeed. The first hint is that she is a first year. As a man well versed in the feelings of beautiful women, I was able to deduce this from the respectful tone of her letters. Additionally, the fact that she attached a pressed grand rose at the end of each letter may serve as a hint as well. What exactly is a grand rose? Oh, heaven forbid! You're telling me you've never heard of the Grand Rose? I'm ashamed to say I don't. Shame is the only proper response for such a gauche misstep. The Grand Rose is a magnificent crimson rose and a universal symbol of passionate romance. What's more, it's often associated with confessing one's love for another. Sounds like the perfect flower for a love letter then. Haha, quite. Which brings us to why this is a hint. The only way to obtain a Grand Rose in Trista is to purchase it from the town florist. So if we ask the florist who purchased one, precisely, we'll be able to discover just which shy maiden has sent these letters to me. Would you take on this task for me then? As long as you don't mind me sticking to the plan we just discussed, I don't see why not. I am truly indebted to you. Based on her pseudonym and her use of a Grand Rose, I can only imagine Our Lady is a very model of grace. Now that you mention it, what was the name she used? Oh, it seems I neglected to mention that very important detail. She calls herself the Grand Maiden, a nickname taken from the daughter of a baron who married into the imperial family long ago. The emperor at the time was so smitten that he gave her countless numbers of Grand Roses, and so came the moniker. I see. Can't say I've heard that story before, but it is interesting. But this is no time to stand around thinking about it. I'll head over to the flower shop right away. Very well. I leave this matter in your clearly capable hands. My guy here, man. Alright. On to the florist we shall go. Half the times I'm always questioning why these people can't do the request themselves. I mean, sure, we probably wouldn't have a full-on game, or we would, just more story rather than side, but it's part of the meat of the game itself, of Trails, right? Alright, flower shop should be... oh! It's marked for me already. God, I love this map. It's automatically marked for me. Right here. Wait, nope, sorry. Went the wrong way. Ha! Right here. Excuse me, would you mind if I asked you a question? Not at all, go ahead. Reen explained the situation to Jane and asked about any first years who had recently purchased any Grand Roses. It wouldn't be hard to find if I looked at my records, but I'm not exactly sure I should disclose that information. Understandably so, I don't intend to do anything with this information that they don't want me to, though. If they ask me to keep their identity a secret, that's what I'll do. I see. Well, if that's the case, I guess I can help you out. Just remember though, it's your job to give the mystery sender your support, nothing more. I wish you the best of luck. This request is getting pretty complicated at this point. Right, I count 3 first years who have made a Grand Rose purchase recently. In class order, first is Beryl from class 3, then there's Vivi from class 4, and Rosine from class 5. I see. Thank you very much for the help. Not at all. Good luck. Alright, so we got 3 people we need to meet up with. So I guess we'll start with, Rosine? Rosine, where are you? Ah, boom. Oh, wow, you're just right there, huh? Excuse me, you're Rosine from class 5, aren't you? That's correct. Why do you ask? You know, I just noticed there's a maid in the background. Oh, that's so funny. I have a quick kind of personal question for you. Reen explained the situation to Rosine and asked if it was her who sent the letters to Vincent. Oh no, that certainly wasn't me. I did buy a Grand Rose, but it was for the purpose of decorating the church. Oh, I see. Sorry to ask such an embarrassing question then. It's fine. Wait. That was an odd pause. That was a little... alright, whatever. I guess we gotta move on. Hold on a second, guys. Give me 1 minute. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. Just trying to get a drink of water. Alright. Next one over. We might have to go to the military academy section of it. Up. Yep. Alright, student union first. I don't know if this one's gonna be Beryl or, who's the last one? Vivi. That's the name I was looking for. Alright. And he's upstairs. And wait. Hold it. Ah. Right here. Occult research. You're Beryl from class 3, right? I certainly am. What do you want from me? Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you. Rain told Beryl about his investigation and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Do I seem like the kind of girl who'd be interested in romance? I need to purchase a grand rose to use in a ritual, that's all. I see. That answers my question. But now I'm wondering what that ritual she mentioned is all about. Well, that's all I wanted to ask. Sorry to disturb you. Sometimes it's good to be disturbed. Good day to you. It's rare to see a person named Beryl. The only time I saw that name was in Sailor Moon. What was it? Queen Beryl? Her enemy? Man, it's been how long since I last seen that series, man. That was also a good one, too. I used to watch it during the times it aired on Toonami. Alright, the last one is by the gymnasium. In the gymnasium or right here? Okay. You're Vivi from class 4, right? You got it. Why do you ask? There's something I'd like to ask you. Mina explained the situation to Vivi and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Well now, that is pretty interesting. I'm going to take that as a no. Yeah, I wish it was me, but I'm having too much fun teasing Lynn to set my sights on any boys right now. I did buy a grand rose, but not to confess to some boy or anything. Not when I've got a sister to prank. Thanks. Good talk. I've asked all 3 girls the florist told me about, but none of them seem to have sent me the letters. I guess the trail's gone cold. I should report back to Vincent for now. Alright, well, I still think I know who it is. I could be wrong though, but I have a feeling, only because of the clue was the cookies. And the only one I remember speaking to about cookies was that blonde girl that was talking about, was it lacing the cookies with some love potion or something? Alright, no, oh, I passed it. It was in this section. Up, up, up. Why does this guy hide here though? I mean, he did explain he's hiding from Serifa, but still, like, he should be indoors rather than looking suspicious on this side here. Tell me, did your investigations prove successful? Wait, don't tell me. Have you brought our mystery woman here? Oh, be still, my beating heart. Yeah, about that. I wasn't able to find her in the end. You cannot be serious. Did you ask the florist as we discussed? I did, and I spoke to all 3 girls who purchased grand roses. None of their reasons for doing so had anything to do with you. I can go into detail if you'd like. It matters not. If they do not concern me, then they are simply not my concern. I'm sorry that I wasn't any help, but there is one thing I'm curious about. Where could a girl get a grand rose if she didn't go to the florist? There's no way to tell. Perhaps if the Grand Maiden is a noble, she could have had an alternate source. However... My darling Vincent, I found you! I knew it! Who goes there? State your business. The cookies I just baked ended up far more delicious than I ever could have imagined. So delicious that they could only be destined for the lips of my beloved, my elegant, dashing, darling Vincent. What could possess a person to approach another out of nowhere and say such befuddling things? Furthermore, I do not have even the foggiest idea of who you are. Oh, but you do. What if I told you that I was the Grand Maiden all along? No way. I can hardly blame you for being speechless with joy. My real name is Margarita Dresden. The lovely grand roses I attached were grown by my family. So that's how you got them. If you're a part of a Baron Dresden's family, then could it mean? Oh, so you know the story. Your suspicions are indeed correct. I, Margarita Dresden, hail from the same family line as the lovely Grand Maiden herself. It all adds up. Inconceivable! How could you, of all people, be related to the Grand Maiden? When her beauty pales in comparison to your own, look, darling, we're already completing each other's thoughts. And yours are also sweet. What you said could have been further from my actual thought. Even when you're shy, you're still so wonderful. Seeing the surprise on your handsome face made waiting to reveal my name entirely worth it in the end. Now, my beautiful Vincent, it is time for you to reply to my love letters. Will you enter a relationship with me? You may choose one of two replies. I would be delighted, or it would be no greater honor. I actually like that. That's pretty good. Sorry, how many options did you say you were giving him? This woman could hardly be more different than the demure maiden her letters made her out to be. My only answer for you is a resounding no. Now be gone and bother me no more. So, that's how it is. Oh, just when I think you couldn't be more adorable, to think you're the sort of man who hides his true feelings away. I beg your pardon? There's no need to fear. Please, have one of these special cookies I prepared. One bite and you'll no longer feel the need to keep your innermost longings out of public view. Don't tell me you mixed something into your cookies. Oh, but that is for me to know and you to find out. Stay back! Do not come any closer! You! Don't just stand there! I'll need your aid, and if I'm to survive. I have no idea how to handle a situation like this either. Don't worry, my darling. There may be a slightly bitter aftertaste, but it will be all worth it in the end. I've been looking for you, Master Vincent. Sarifa! Dare I ask what you're doing in a place like this? Sarifa, I beg of you, please, free me from this terrifying situation. If I recall, you are my sweetheart's darling maid, are you not? Ah, so this is Sarifa. So this is the Sarifa he mentioned. As much as I hate to interrupt the situation at hand, I am afraid I must. Master Vincent, your presence at the upper-class dorm is required at once. A delivery of the utmost importance from Count Floral awaits you there. I see. Then I have no choice. I must go at once. But these cookies are a present for Master Vincent, are they not? In that case, may I ask you to leave them in my hands for now? I will make sure he enjoys every last one of them later. Well, if you insist. Margarita begrudgingly handed over the bag of cookies to Sarifa. It seems as though Master Vincent has roped you into his nonsense as well. Hopefully, this can dull some of the pain that this annoyance has surely caused you. Ooh, prismatic cape. Thank you. With that, I wish you all a good day. Let's go, Master Vincent. Indeed. Saved by the maid. I knew it was this girl the moment I heard the cookies. That maid may prove to be quite the obstacle, but no matter, there shall be plenty of opportunities to woo my darling from here on out. I believe it's time to get started on a new batch of cookies. That woman may be the final boss in this game, and it wouldn't surprise me. Well, today's been full of unique encounters to say the least. At least that request is over and done with. Alright, took care of that. Alright, next one onwards is... What was it? Born to be Orbital. We're testing Orbital. Alright, let's go. We're gonna test out a bike. I am curious. Can we ride it? Are we gonna ride it? Are we gonna drive it? We will soon find out, guys. Oh, here they are. Hey there, Veen. Thanks for stopping by. Might I ask where Elisa and Laura are? Those two lovely flowers would do wonders in brightening up this dreary old building. Let's not make Veen's life even harder than it already is. Sorry, I probably shouldn't think out loud. I still haven't talked to Angelica much, but she's definitely an interesting one. That aside, your request was for me to assist with testing out the orbital bike, wasn't it? So, what will I be doing? Oh, please. I could hear you making those vroom vroom noises before you even stepped through the door. I was not. But wait, does that mean... Yeah, we want you to ride the orbital bike. Oh, yes! Me? Can't deny that's what I wanted this to be, but I never expected it to actually happen. I'll give you all the juicy details when we're actually ready to test. Before we start, however, we want to make sure you have the time. So how about it? You ready to ride? Yes. Alright, let's ride. Good answer. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about the bike. Everything you see here is something that Angie asked me to build for her, and because of that, the bike's been fine-tuned to meet her specific needs. In a nutshell, it's all Angie. The engine, the brakes, even the handlebars. I see. As you might expect, she and that bike are practically symbiotic. When she's on it, she's a sight to behold. But because we've tuned it specifically to her, it's become a little too tough for anyone else to handle. Think of her as an unruly horse. There's no denying she's a fine bike, but she doesn't play nice with strangers. Right. I'm really hoping to make it through this alive. Don't scare him now, Angie. Crow is ridden just fine. But I suppose he's been working on this bike since we started too. Compared to him, you're a complete beginner. Which is great. You have more objective opinion after your ride. I guess it makes sense when you ask me then. Why you ask me then. Feeling a little nervous, are we? Let's head over to the highway. Oh, this is cool. Let's go. So, what are Toa and Crow doing here? Angie and George told us you'd be doing this, so I came along to show some support and take time off work. My reason isn't quite as sweet as little Toa's here. Like I said before, this bike's at least partially my baby. Think of me as an overprotective father, making sure you don't mess up and hurt my girl when you take her out. Thanks. Crow, don't make him any more nervous. Don't worry, Rian. Just ignore everything this guy says. I do, and it's worked great for me. We can rebuild the bike, so stay focused on keeping yourself safe. Alright, thanks. Do you have much experience riding horses? Actually, yeah. You shouldn't have any trouble then. She's a whole different beast, but the basics of riding are the same. So have fun. Thanks, Angelica. That helps. I won't let you down. Okay then, that should be just about everything you need to know. I think I get it now. The 3 things you want me to test are starting up the bike, shifting gears, and coming to a stop, correct? That's right, we want to see how you handle everything. Let me give you a few pointers. You might not really get them until you're on the bike proper though. Hit me! First of all, you can't ride if you can't get moving, so let's talk about how to get started. Starting the engine's simple enough, but how smoothly you ride off will depend on how well you can operate the bike's clutch. Once you shift into first gear, open the throttle and then slowly and steadily release the clutch. Release the clutch slowly and steadily when I start moving. Alright? Try not to forget. Next up, switching gears. Before switching gears, make sure to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly. Once you shift gears, release the clutch slowly and steadily. Just like when you start her up. I can do that. The last thing you need to worry about is stopping the bike, which you probably want to know how to do. When you want to slow down, release the throttle and apply the brakes to both wheels, front and back. You're going to want to give each one different amounts of pressure though. Apply the brakes strongly to the front wheel and lightly to the back wheel. That should bring you to a smooth stop. Strongly to the front, lightly to the rear. It's a lot to remember, but I think I can do this. That's the way. This is all about learning through experience and getting used to riding on the fly anyway. So what do you say, ready to go? You bet. Aw, man. If we get to use this later in the game. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be beautiful. Right then, first is starting up the engine. Ah, this is pretty intense. Kinda reminds me of how I felt when I first rode a horse. Right, let's push those nerves to the side and get going. Okay, so I pull the clutch level, shift to first gear, twist the throttle. Throttle. Now that I've done that, all I need to do is let go of the clutch and I'll be moving. Angelica told me how to do this. What exactly did she say again? Release the clutch slowly and steadily. Easily, he's happy. Now we're talking. This is great. There he goes. Can't wait to see the look on his face when he gets back. He's gonna love it. Hopefully. Look at this. This is so cool. Wow, this feels amazing. I'm amazed at just how stable and smooth the ride is, considering how heavy it is. I think I'm used to the speed now. Let's try switching gears. Right, First I need to roll off the throttle, then I need to pull in the clutch, change gears, then release it. Angelica told me I had to handle the clutch a specific way during all of this. What was it again? Pull in quickly, release slowly, pull in slowly. No, it's pull in quickly and release slowly. Alright, I need to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly, then change gears. And after that, I need to release the clutch slowly but steadily. Woo! I felt that. There we go, perfect. Going this fast really does feel great. I get why Angelica loves this so much. Well, the fun's gotta come to an end eventually. It's probably about time to stop. Obviously I need to hit the brakes, but how much pressure do I put on them? Strongly at the front, lightly at the back. I'm pretty sure Angelica said strong on the front brakes and light on the rear. I stopped almost exactly where I expected to, so I guess I did it right. This thing's incredible though. Feels like I'm still riding along even though I've come to a stop. But I guess I gotta snap out of it eventually. The others are waiting for me. I better head back now. Now see, that is awesome. Welcome back, Reen. Well, how was it? I'm amazed to say the least. The sheer speed, the engine's vibration, and the feeling of the wind as you ride along. I've never experienced anything like it. No amount of horse riding could have ever prepared me for this. Just wow. Guess you've got some potential. Look at this guy. He's trying to act all calm and composed, but his face is just screaming, "Let me go back out and ride." Plain as day. Seems like you handled it really well too, based on your report. I have to admit, I didn't expect those kinds of results out of you. It's a pretty unwieldy machine. It's even more impressive considering it was his first ride with her too. Nice to know what I could have worthy rival waiting in the wings. Not everyone can get that much praise out of Angie. You should pat yourself on the back. It's a real honor. Now we need to hear some more detailed impressions of each phase. But let's do that back at the engineering building. Good plan. Aw, they're having so much fun with this. Maybe too much. Ah, it's a lovely ride, man. Thanks, Reen. The info you gave me should come in handy. Glad I could help. I think she'll be a much more stable ride from now on. I'll have to be sure to tell Lisa's mother about everything we learned today if they end up mass-producing orbital bikes. Lisa's mother is the chairman of the Reinford group, isn't she? I didn't know you were familiar with each other. The Ragnar and Reinford families share a good relationship, actually. Oh yeah, they're both big names in Ruhr, right? Yeah, Angie's dad's one of the group's biggest shareholders too. Wow, they are pretty close. Well, now you know. Elisa's mother provided the engine and a number of other parts for the bike too. So that's how you got your hands on everything. That's right. Although whether or not Reinford will actually mass produce the bike is an entirely different matter. Their biggest goal is to turn a profit, so the only way it's happening is if we can show them that it would make money. Which is why we're currently trying to make it into something that the masses can handle. And today, you were a big help in getting closer to that goal. Wow, I'd love to see that happen. Looks like you get it. I guess my first impressions of you were right on the mark. Oh, I haven't properly thanked you yet, have I? Thank you for helping us today. Here's a little token of my thanks. Dragon Bane? What the hell is that? Are you sure about this? It seems like a really valuable quartz. Of course! I'm sure you'll be able to put it to good use. Well, Irene, thanks a lot for your help today. I'd like it if you could help us out next time we need a hand too. I'll cancel my plans as soon as you ask. Hell yeah, let's go! Alright, that's pretty good. Let me check out the the quartz she gave me. Did I see dragon here? Or is it under here? Ah, Dragon Veins here. EP recovers on field. And just drop more Sepith. Oh, that's so useful, actually. Alright, well, for now, I'll worry about it later. Right now? Okay. We can just go around. Oh wait, no, the last one is the school building, right? Or the old schoolhouse, so... Hold on a second. Alright. We're gonna head over to the school building, old schoolhouse, and start off with that quest. And finally get some action in here. Oh, what's that? Oh, this place is gonna get a lot more difficult now. If I had trouble with part 2. Whew. Alright, first, save. I don't know why I'm saving now, but whatever. Yep, locked. This will be our 3rd time going down to the old schoolhouse. The layout had really shifted around last time, so I better finish everything up and prep before heading in. Should we get this show on the road? Yeah, let's go. What was that? There really must be something down in here. Anyway, let's get this party started. Everyone from Class 7 has said they're willing to come along. Now, who should I call? Ghostbusters? Keeping her. This is tough now, because I like everyone here. Go with her. And I want another long range guy or girl wouldn't be an issue right now. I'm torn between Alright, we'll put him in. Wait. Dude, oh no, we need a magic user, so forget it. We'll put in. Yeah, okay, fine, whatever. We'll put in this dude and finalize. I mean, it'll do. Right, let's go. Everyone ready? Ready whenever you are. I've been informed of what you've discovered during your previous investigations. Unlike certain elements among us, there is no chance I'll hold you back. You better not have been referring to me. I have no intention of slowing anyone down. Alright, I'm counting on you. After what happened last time, there's no telling what we're in for. Keep your wits about you, everyone. Alright, I guess this time we're heading down the 3rd floor. So, this is the elevator I've heard all about. This only raises more questions than it answers. Another light's lit up on the main panel too. Looks like we can go down as far as the 3rd floor now. When did that happen? How does this thing even work? Anyway, let's check out what the 3rd floor has in store for us. We need to investigate whether anything else has changed this month. Let's go! Floor 3. So this is the 3rd floor, and a massive door much like the others. I think it's fair to assume that we'll find strong monsters lurking inside. Yeah, I think we can safely assume we're not headed for a picnic. Alright, let's be careful out there, everyone. Alright, before that, let's switch up the tactics. Here. Here. Put you up like, yeah, put you here. Alright, cool. Full health. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make 2 separate save files. One outside the dungeon and one in. Just so that if it gets too difficult, I can actually buy some more equipment and items if need be. Like a fool, I also forgot to purchase upgrade weapons, but it's fine.
Let's be careful, everyone.
Oh yes. I recall Instructor Sarah mentioning something rather interesting before our exams began. She suggested we may be ready to start using combat links at a more advanced level. A more advanced level, huh? Indeed, according to her, being more aware of each other on the battlefield will grant us more effective synergies. I'm not quite sure what she's getting at, but with all the practice we've had, I'm betting we'll find out soon enough. Let's keep what she said in mind while we're fighting. You can now use the Rush Link attack. Ooh. A powerful link attack which consumes the bravery points you gain from repeated assist attacks. Press triangle with the link attack appears, and we'll do it. Okay, hold on a second. Tactics. Go. How big is this area? Oh. Problematic as usual. And what the heck? This thing... like it has eyes everywhere. Oh, it does have eyes everywhere. Gotcha.
Now's our chance. Let's get him. Go.
Alright, you know the drill.
All right, let's do this.
Give it to me.
Right.
Woo!
Go.
Right.
Oh, what? Ah. My bad. That's fine.
Right. Hey.
Right.
One more time.
Fire.
Ah.
My turn. Ta!
Go.
Oh, this one's gonna hurt.
Go.
An opening.
I'm not using it yet. There you go. Next
Yeah.
next team up, I'm going for it. Oh my gosh, forget it. Forget it. So cheesy.
Fire.
Guys are hitting hard today, man.
My turn. Ah!
Oh no. There you
Take
go.
this.
Counter, man.
Right.
Here we go.
Right.
Oh, you're done, dude.
Is everybody okay?
You material. Oh yeah. And we get a chest. Let's go. Alright, hold on, so let me check out the map. Okay, so seems pretty straightforward. I went the wrong way though, but that's okay. There's probably a switch or something. Oh nope, nope, nope. Go down there. Oh, it's schoolhouse floor 3. And then, oh wait, no. I think we got a teleport or something. Odd. Whoa. Ah.
Watch out, guys!
Go.
No.
All right, let's do this.
Leave it to me.
Understood. Of course.
Oh yeah, all 3. Go.
Ah! Off guard.
Go. Oh, I can't use it yet.
Got it.
Right.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The lullaby. Put him on to sleep, yes.
Good night.
Gah!
Oh my gosh, hitting hard.
I'm sorry,
What?
everyone.
Right.
On earth was that? I need to buy more revive.
Huh?
Thanks.
Why didn't you
This
counter?
is nothing.
Why didn't you counter?
Ah!
Nice. Now,
Keep it up, everyone!
I can do this.
no, hold on. Left arrow.
Hang in there.
Thanks.
You have my things.
My turn.
Pretty good.
Here we go.
My turn.
You're not giving up yet? You will now.
Evil will fall before my blade.
Alright, let me see if there's anything here. Curia, Water Sepith. Alright guys, I'm gonna end the video here for today. Thank you all for watching. When we come back, we're gonna continue on in the old schoolhouse, part 3. Encounter the main sub-boss down below and see what happens from there. So if anything else, thank you again. Until the next one.